A good trainer can mean the difference between life and death, the difference between good health and getting by on what's left. A good trainer is like the Roman Empire at its best, 12 legions strong and nothing less. A good trainer is not one who knows more or less, but one who's always prepared and gives it his best, one willing to put you to the test, shine you, refine you, making you better than the rest. A good trainer is one you will come to respect. He will teach you, please you, and fill you with self-respect. A good trainer is one you must accept. Just let me know when you are ready to take that step.
Personal training is an art. It requires insight, an understanding of your students' goals, and the knowledge and skills to help them reach that goal. Student needs vary, but every student has a vision of what they would like to look like. As trainers, our goal is to help them reach or surpass that goal. Training student number 25 was fun. Her interest or goal was to tone up the entire body, firm up the abs, and tone up the lower body, that is the hips, the legs, and the butt. I always like to warm up before I train. Warm up gets the muscles flexible so as to prevent injuries. The last thing you need is an injured student. This may negate any further instruction you may have to give.
Just grab your leg like this, just pull it slightly. You feel a tension right here. Just hold it there for a while, and then of course you can switch to the other leg. Slight pull. You feel the tension right here. Hold it for a while. The same can be done with the upper body, that is the arms. Sometimes just right behind your head and just stretch as far as you can go. You feel the pull in the tricep as well. The other hand, and you give a slight pull, and sometimes use your head to just stretch the tricep. And of course, there's the age-old stretching of touching the toes. Excellent for stretching the back, and also the hands and the back of the leg as well.
Now that we've warmed up, because student number 25's interest is to tone up the abs, I decided that we'll do a variety of ab workouts to make sure we get it correctly. But first of all, I'd like to start out with some basic crunches. Hands slightly behind the head, not pulling the head, but just right behind the head so as to add some weight or leverage to the crunch. Then you just curl when doing the crunches as much as you can in executing the crunches. You'll notice you feel, after a while, the tension in the ab area. Also, a bit of a switch and a help in working the full ab, that is also in working the obliques, will twist as we do the crunches, aiming for the knees. This will work more of the outer abs or the obliques. This way we're doing both. We're working the inner ab, we're also working the obliques using crunches. Straight crunches for the inner ab, and a little bit of a twist, aiming for the knees, for the obliques. Now, I like to include some leg workout, that is some scissor, crisscross leg workout, still working the abs, but working the lower body in addition. That is the hips and the legs as we work the lower body, and also focusing more on the lower part of the abs. You're going to lay flat on your exercise mat, then bring your legs up almost to a 90-degree angle where you can feel somewhat of a tension in the abs area. Then we're going to just open, close, open, close. Continue doing that a few sets. Then we're going to switch to more of a crisscross motion. Still open, close, but just further. Total crisscross. We'll continue doing that for a few repetitions. Then we'll switch to the scissor-like motion. We'll continue going, nice, slow, and steady, doing the scissor-like motion. Then we'll go right back to our open, close. Now I'd like to focus a little bit on the butt and the back. So I'll have her on hands and knees and do some leg lifts for the next workout. You're going to position yourself on hands and knees. Then what you're going to be doing is using your leg, extending your leg to a little bit more than a horizontal position. Continue doing so for about 15 to 20 repetitions. Then break and do it with the other leg. Same motion. Continue going for the same amount of repetition. Break when you feel the need and switch again. Before getting into some serious lower body workout, I like to warm up the lower body even a little bit more. So I take student number 25 and we'll do some jumping jacks. It's cardio to tone up the entire body, but at the same time, warming up the legs even a little bit more before we hit it further. We're going to start out with our typical jumping jacks that we learned from school. And of course, we're going to add a little knee raises while standing in place, almost like a slight raising the knee, half a running, and then you hold it for a while. Then we're going to do a slight kicking in place, like as high as you can go. After a while, you might begin to feel like you're getting the sweat coming on. Keep going. And then we'll go right back to our jumping jacks as at the start. After the jumping jack, I like to go right into some side lunges. I start out with side lunges because it's somewhat of cardio, while at the same time focusing a lot on the quads and on the hips and the butt. Straight down and up on one leg, hands straight out. After a while, you'll begin to feel it in your leg and also the behind. It's excellent for building the lower body. It can be done at home, at work, and even in the gym. It's especially useful and effective even if you have no weights. After the side lunges, we'll continue focusing on the lower body by going front lunges. This way we make sure we work the lower body in submission so as to see results. Lunges are a great exercise for developing the quads, the hips, and a nice shapely behind to add to your figure. It's performed by first standing in place, then having one leg go forward and going down and up as you interchange the legs. It can be performed with weights or without weights. There's also walking lunges that can be performed. This here is standing in place. Student number 25 is excited and exhausted. She knows that we focus on her areas of interest, and in due time, she'll see results. Training to me is 50-50. 50% me and 50% student. I bring exercise knowledge and expertise to the table, and the students bring their goal and desire. This helps give training direction and focus.